Hello everyone, it's Heidi from Boomer's Way, and we are celebrating tools today. And my father being a carpenter, I asked him what his favorite tool was and why. So he wrote me this letter, and I'm going to read it to you. So here we go. Carpentry tools. I love all of the tools in my toolboxes and have worked with all of them through 60 years of doing carpentry. All are necessary. I've heard many old-time carpenters say that the chisel is the most dangerous tool for a carpenter to use. However, my favorite tool is the block plane. It is a lightweight and fits comfortably in one's hand. I much prefer it to the bench plane. If you can set the blade to protrude just a fraction, and it serves beautifully to ease the edges of sharp-edged mill-finished boards, rounding them to where you have a wonderful feel when passing your hand over them. After finally beveling the edges, I then take fine sandpaper to soften the board edges all the more. You can also use the block plane to bevel a door's edge in order to obtain a perfect closing edge, leaving just the correct amount of closing space. Here is when the bench plane should precede the use of the block plane, as most door edges are 1/3 to 1/3 thick. My carpentry days began at age 20, when I doubled the size of my parents' screen porch. Through the years, I built 3 new homes, constructed perhaps 15 wood patio decks, and perhaps a half-dozen basement stairs. At age 28, I built my first home in Libertyville, Illinois, even set my own concrete forms, and poured the foundation myself. Now, at age 88, I cannot physically undertake the wonderful world of carpentry any longer. And Lord, how I do miss it. I am Heidi's dad, and I've always said that when they pass down sweetness, Heidi got an extra dose. My dad has always said that about me, so he's one to always give his kids extra kudos, you know. So I hope you really enjoyed this letter, and just look at your toolbox sometime and just, you know, see what tool is your favorite tool. Thank you for sharing this with me, and at Boomer's Way, we love bringing our world into yours. Bye.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mary, and I'm here with Jeff, our wonderful CEO and general manager here to our cabin project. And he single-handedly, with the help of, our family and friends, has built the entire inside of this cabin. So he's going to share with us on Fix It Friday here what tool he is using and how it works. Hi, Jeff.
Hello, everybody. We've spent the morning drywalling and plastering, and all that's drying. We're switching gears, and we're going to put up a little tongue and groove up on some of the interior walls. So the miter box saw is one of the tools that we'll be showing you, and then we'll go in the other room and we'll show you how we hang it. So we've already marked our board, squared it up, and now it's just a matter of letting it rip and cutting it. So we'll line it up here with our cut, make sure it's square and level, and here we go. Now we're going to take this into the next room, and I'm going to show you how to use a finish nailer, and we'll hang it on the wall.
That's pretty wild. You're using the ladder. This is how he's doing it by himself. He's using the ladder as a second person to hold these long boards. And then he's using that saw to cut them. And look at this. He's been doing, this is what's called a tongue and groove, and he's putting all the walls up, and this has to be everywhere inside.
Now the first thing that we're going to do is
And everywhere in there he did.
need to keep the boards level. So what we have is a rubber mallet to tap the tongue part down, and then we have a little level to make sure that the board is level. So you don't want it to go up the wall and be out of whack here. So that's the first thing we're going to do. good, pretty solid. And a quick level, and we're right on the money. Look at that. So now we're gonna go ahead and get a nail finish done. And we're gonna fasten this to the studs of the wall. So here you go. One board.
All right, this is fantastic. So he does it just so you know where on the board, and of course right there. So
it's about a 9.5 foot ceiling, so about 23 of these boards make up a full wall. So once we have this completed, we'll be able to run it into the kitchen and then start working on our countertops in there. So more to come, but you saw a miter box and you saw a finished gun.
wonderful. Thank you. And the mallet.
And a mallet.
And the level. All right, everybody. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much for sharing with us. We love you. Thank you for building this cabin. I love you very much.
I love you. Have a great
Bye-bye.
day.
Okay, everybody, we have Jeff here, and although he has shown us how to utilize a few tools, we thought we would ask him, after all of his experiences and every tool that he's used and anything in his life, whether it's been for work, for play, for sports, for anything at all that you have done in your life, what is your favorite tool?
Well, I think I love all the tools. I think technology today has come out with so many different advances and tools that, you know, everyone that comes out, that's your next favorite. One of the more recent tools that's out there that I've enjoyed using a lot, it's pretty universal, it's a Sawzall. So it can cut small trees, it can cut off things in the field where you don't have electric, and you can go out there with a battery-powered Sawzall. It's just a real handy tool for cutting. That would be my favorite right now.
Awesome. Yay. Thanks for sharing.
All right,
We
bye,
love you.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Okay, Robert, we want to know, seeing as though you were an inventor and a scientist and an engineer and a doctor all in one, we would like to know, after all of these years, what you think is a great tool, or what you think would be your favorite tool.
Well, it goes back in time when we have been in the boonies. The hammer, what they used was a piece of rock sometimes to pound
Oh, yeah.
what they thought was a nail, but they didn't have nails. But anyway, that is the best tool that we have, a hammer. It is used by women to make a house nice, put the draperies and so forth. So consequently, that is the one tool we must have, a big hammer.
Wonderful. Hey, see, it's my favorite tool too, the hammer.
And I love hanging photos and pictures
And my great-grandma, Abuelita, she used to use the hammer, or excuse me, a rock as a meat tenderizer. She had it right there.
Oh.
And people used to make fun of me. We used to laugh a lot about it, but the reality of it is that there is no better tool.
It resolves the problem.
It resolves the
Yes.
problem. Thank you.
does.
We love
Thanks,
you.
Robert.
All right,
Bonjour,
everybody,
bonjour.
what's your favorite tool? Let's hear from you. Take care. Mwah.
Bye.
Yeah, my favorite tool is screwdriver, star driver, as long as screw that we can use to motherboard for the computer or the cell phone that have damage, so we can fix it, or electricity for our house, so that we can fix all the damages.
Hello, everybody. It's Mary.
I'm Heidi.
And we're here on a continuation on our Tool Time talking topics here for our creativity section. And we had heard Jeff and all the things that he's building and all the tools that he uses on a day-to-day basis. That was fantastic. We've heard people, experts like Heidi's dad, who for his whole life and career engaged in the art of utilizing tools and making beautiful things for his family and the community at large. And today, just so happened, I ran across this puzzle. We had bought it for the grandkids, of course, and we came through it, and I had asked, Jeff wasn't there, and really interesting to note that do we even really know the names of the basic tools? And I know this is just a puzzle, but we do have the saw, we do have the Phillips screwdriver, we do have the flathead screwdriver, we have the hammer, and then I was kind of stumped a little bit because I wondered what the name really of the next couple of tools were. So apparently this is a wrench, and then of course we have the pliers. So all of these tools are kind of the most common that are in our toolbox. We utilize them for our day-to-day activities around the house, things like that. But then it got me thinking as we were discussing this topic, and this summer in particular, building the cabin has been such a tremendous learning experience for me on how simple some of the things are to do around your own home, and how just with the tools that you could really do a lot more than you think you were capable of doing, right? It's just unbelievable. Jeff,
You're surprised what you can do.
yes, he has been building and fixing and doing things for so long. I just can't even believe that we really are able to do so much more than we think. But as with anything, it's having the knowledge of that, right?
Right.
And so that's why we are introducing this segment, because we really do believe that this stuff is fascinating, and so many people are just so just professionally talented and skilled and all this stuff. So I wanted to share with you what I felt was my favorite tool. And of course I have a particular love for knives. I really like them. I think that if there was one thing that I would have to have on me at all times, it would definitely be a knife. It is versatile. You can use it for so many things, from sharpening a pencil to gutting a fish, to making shelter, to protecting yourself. It seems to be the most universal tool for me that I really, really enjoy. And then thinking about your toolbox tools, then I would definitely have to say that the hammer,
Absolutely.
by
That's one of mine.
far, is my favorite tool. And I really must admit that, with all of it, it is first and foremost for me a defense kind of a situation. With a knife I can defend myself. Certainly with a hammer you can more than defend yourself. I feel that I can use it, I'm able to manage it. It is useful for so many purposes around the house and for all the things that you do, but certainly definitely useful for a survival tool.
When I think about it, I had to give it some thought, because I do love tools so very much, and it was hard to think of a favorite one. But when I saw the tape measure, it made me think of holding the end of the tape measure for my dad when he would be working. And sawhorses were always fun when you're a young girl,
Yeah.
And just all the sounds and the sawdust when I went to the cabin, and I could smell the wood, and it just brings you back, like when you go to a farm or you smell the different smells. Well, with carpentry, there's different smells and sounds, and just
The whole experience of it has been
incredible.
fantastic. Yes,
And that fact that you can fix something that's broken with a tool, a little wood glue and a vise,
or
to
facilitate,
fix a chair or
make it go faster.
Yes.
Right, all the things. So
And the
please,
sense of pride that you get from doing it
that's for
yourself
sure,
and
too.
not having to pay someone else.
and realizing that you are
Capable.
able to do it. Yes, for sure, 100%. So if you want, please send us over a note as to what your favorite tool is and why, and we will post that for you. We think it's very fascinating, and we'd love to hear your story. I will leave you today with a quote that my husband says all the time. He got it from his father, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Measure twice, cut once. All right, everybody, take care from Boomer's Way. We love you.
Bye.